The thing is, I've seen a lot of guys that this is not my passion. Oh yeah, show us your passion.
Waiting to fuel the passion.
You get like, I can't go out with my babe and say my mind is settled to say savings or current.
This guy.
Yeah.
Olumide Oyeleye, I'm a tech consultant with a Big Four.
Fair enough. I'm Nathaniel Bakari. I'm a photographer and storyteller.
I'm Dami Adams. I'm a creative and brand consultant and also a tech bro.
Yeah, Femi Abraham, voice artist, entrepreneur, and crypto investor.
Alright, so hi, my name is Tunji, a final year student of the University of Lagos, studying electrical engineering. I'm in a serious dilemma and I felt you guys could help out. I'll be graduating in a couple of months and I'm super scared and unsure of what the future holds. At the moment, I'm turning between pursuing my passion and actually searching for a proper paying job. I'm scared that if I go for a 9 to 5, it will give me less time to focus on my music and eventually distract me completely. Nobody's putting pressure on me though, but as a 26-year-old, I really have a target to leave my popsy's house and start a life of my own. Currently, I have no savings nor a stable source of income. Not sure I might get a job because of Nigeria's economy. And boys, I just need a sense of direction. I beg, help my career.
Why is he doing music?
Why can't he do music?
No, I'm just asking.
He's following his passion
What
now.
is passion?
Mm.
You know, see better passion.
Music is solid now. They see money well now.
Yeah, but it depends on the kind of music, maybe the label you're signed to and all that kind of thing.
Clearly, he's not signed to a label.
Okay, so yeah, he's not signed to a label, but he's leaving school. Like, how did you guys navigate your after school experience?
His own situation is peculiar because it's between like having what we'll consider traditional or modern and professions and music. I don't know what to tag that as, but it's a profession. But I don't know where that falls. So it's a little tricky on his own part because he legit could have a 9 to 5. I have friends that are 9 to 5s that still do music and put out EPs every other day. He really could. But if he feels it would distract him, which that is a solid concern also, he knows the content now. He can as well just prepare for it and make sure that like he has, I don't know, things in place that would continually like make him interested in what he does. And there's nothing wrong if he eventually finds like an actual job and he likes it over continuing music. I don't see what is wrong in that. It's happened to people. Before I left school, I was in network pressing. After I left school, it's just nonsense. I had gone through the whole motion. I had done CCNA, CCNP. I was about to write I think what's it called? CH, Certified Ethical Hacker. But afterwards, it was just like I would need solid capital to set up myself. And I didn't have experience to get myself into the industry. So it's not like I can just tell someone I have all the certificates and I'm a boss and where you don't run them. And nobody would take me. So if I wanted to set up my own thing or make a name for myself, I would need serious capital. Network is not one of those things that you build a website today and you're up and good. So it just started to sound very uninteresting to me. It was like, this is too much work. What I want is money. If this one is not going to give me money, I get out. And then I switch lanes and it's pretty much it. So yeah, he knows the concern now, so he can prepare or properly motivate himself when he feels like he's there, since he knows already. But you need money in that time. You're getting older. Certain things are moving in certain directions that you have no control about, because in 2 years you'll be 28, in another 2 years you'll be 30. It's just what it is. You can't do anything about it. And so if those and if those realities start to seem a little too factual for you, it's nothing. You write it out into mature human, and if the opportunity does come for you to do music or those opportunities come again, why dive into it if you still have this interest, in my opinion anyway.
I just want him to know firstly that he's not the only one that goes through stuff like that. We all went through it. And that's a valid fear, like something that happens. Like you shouldn't even feel like, oh, it's just having that. So what I'll call that first is to call it like the internal pressure, because like I said, it's not being pressured from outside. So the worst pressure you can actually have is from internal, because as much as there are external pressures, you can always shut your mind out, or you can always. But when it comes to internal pressure, you can't run from it. It is your self-conscious person. Like as much as people say, relax, calm down, it's not easy. Like yeah, it's true. Like this is what happens to me on the
Facts.
daily. Like this is internal pressure, and it's just telling you like this is your identity. Like guy, you want to lose or lose. Like what are we planning? Is that second person talking to you? Yeah. So having identified that okay, it's an internal pressure. So I like the fact that he knows that already. Then luckily he said it's in engineering, and he has a flair for music. So it's quite relatable to my person, because I studied civil engineering, he studied electrical engineering. So for me, I'll just say firstly, plan your life, assess yourself. So firstly, he mentioned that okay, he doesn't have his savings. So good thing he has said that now. And the way he's saying it, like, okay, I think I can also get insights like, okay, my papa no be down good day. I guess also this thing. So I think that's another valid fear again. But having identified those things now, you just have to be logical about things. This is real life. It's not Squid Games where now true now. This is real life. No be see you just take one decision and say as much as, and he said he's also 26, so he's looking at time as much as he wants to flex. So I'll just say plan for the two. Having known that okay, you don't have the flex or luxury of time, plan like that electrical life where you can do that, and also plan for music. Now, as much as you say you don't want to focus on one, that one will take your time or the other. Even in the music industry, if you don't have a proper planning schedule, like it's very hard to be consistent. Like as much as we are creative, we have creative blocks. It's now how you navigate that period. So you just have to create a flex, like plan it. Since you know, okay, you are not like David Adeleke where he has the luxury of saying, okay, I can waste 1 year, nothing go happen. Last, I go buy company, employ people, I don't turn boss, you get. So you could be like the electrical engineer by day, musician by night, plan it, scale it, build a community.
Like you said, plan. You don't have the luxury now of running this dual life, and when your boys want to go to Ilashe, like if you can, yeah, run it. But like your boys are on the one lane that they probably think this is what it is, and they are riding it out. But you are on that space, and it's really what it is, because as youngins coming up, yeah, we like to flex more than we should. To be honest. And I don't think there's anything wrong in it. I honestly don't. Yeah, but we really like to do, if our peers are running this type of scene, we like to feature in the type of scene regardless of if you have the resources to or should. So these are the type of things that should come in play. Because then if money should go to a studio session, you definitely can't be using it to cruise on a Friday night. You definitely can't. Especially because like what will fund that will be your 9 to 5 and nothing else, I'm assuming. So it's difficult, more difficult than someone chasing a 9 to 5 or someone just chasing music. But yeah.
But what if it becomes difficult? So you do engineering, like, I didn't face that. I like, you don't know if na electrical you won't follow. You don't know whether na creative industry you won't follow. But you won't blow.
You don't do me like that.
But like
You will say something.
yeah.
I think from what he said, everybody kind of like has gone through that kind of experience where you are trying to figure stuff out. But ultimately, you just have to go out there and start off with the principles. It's not about what you want to do in terms of, oh, it's music or it's engineering. It's, are you even disciplined as a person to keep on the grind? Because that's where we're having a problem with our generation. We actually want the results, but are we ready to keep on putting in the effort? Yeah, because, so for instance, I will tell you my own story because I really can't come up with principles that, when I was in school, I loved drawing before going into university, and my grades show that architecture was the best way for me to go. But when I got into Archi, aside from the environment of the lecturers I had, I didn't like it. I'm like, I don't want to be in this space. When I went on site, I'm like, if I'm going to be living my life like this, I'd rather just be broke and be sitting in one corner. Like, I wasn't enjoying it, but I'm like, okay, I want to be responsible for stuff. I want to get stuff done. Even if it doesn't have to come through these means, I want to get to achieve something. And I think that's the ultimate desire a man will have at that age. Like, okay, I want to be responsible. You don't want to be a non-entity in your environment. You get, so whatever track you're going to pick, like, okay, are you ready to be able to get disciplined about this, pick your focus and chase it down? It can be music and you can get a result out of it. Like you said, you build a community, and building the community takes discipline. Like, even if you want to blow, are you ready to pay the price? Because for everything you want in this life, there's a price you will pay now. So for instance, now, when I left school, before I even left school, that's university, yeah, I was known to be good at, like, maybe fixing up a good meal. People will eat and be like, guy, this is nice.
You dey cook that.
Yeah, I be the cook that time now. Yes, you get. So even aside from cooking, I was staying in the north, so I'll buy kilishi, I'll bring to school, and I discovered that a lot of people want to like collect it from me. So I'm like, okay, if I package this thing, I can sell it. So in that track, I thought of improving what I was doing. I got serious about it. I put my heart into it. So I didn't stay on the kilishi lane for too long, but I made some money and I was not bad with my money. So I moved the money to a different discipline. But the core principle of, okay, you want something, are you ready to pay the price for this thing? Like, if it's music you want to chase and you're like, okay, you can put your music there and keep on pushing it. Like, even if you're just opening your page and maybe recording some music and posting on social media alone, no, there are guys that are blown through that platform now. Do you get? So
there are guys that are blown.
Yeah.
But the blow
It's not but you know, the funny thing about it is, there was a book I read that like changed my perspective about wanting to blow. You might not blow out of what you expect to blow out of. Do you get? But I think the universe understands that you are disciplined about something and something should come through for you. Exactly. It might be something else. It might be that, okay, I have to be in this engineering space to like 9 to 5 and stuff. Maybe do my 9 to 5. But if you get disciplined about that, you'll find another opportunity through it to like get into something that will like blow you out of the water. Do you get? But are you even going to put in that discipline to start with? Like, okay, it's music that you want to do seriously, but you don't have the finance. Okay, you know that the reality is that you have to find something to do. Now that thing you have to do, are you ready to be serious with it? Do you get? No, the thing is, I've seen a lot of guys that, this is not my passion. Oh yeah, show us your passion.
Waiting to fuel the passion.
You get, like, you have to maybe start with something else. So for instance, like, I got into voiceover this year. There was a time in my life that I'm like, this voiceover, it can't pay this bill I have now. But I did other things, and I'm not even bothered about voiceover not paying the bill right now. Do you get? But I'm still going to do the voiceover. I'm still going to drop a video every week. Do you get? So the day that voiceover will now come and call me and say, guy, how far? There's something here. I'm like, thanks. But I paid the dues. But a lot of guys don't see it that way. It's the internal pressure. And what influences the internal pressure for me is another problem a lot of young folks face today. They're trying to catch up.
Boy, it's not easy, firms. I'm not gonna lie
You
you.
guys catch up.
Wait. Okay, so you come out from school. First year. One of the guys don't get job. Do you understand? They flash for social media. You self go see and say, God, when? Second year, third year, nothing. Guy, no easy.
Bro, I have an experience with one of my very close friends. This guy, when we finish school, we always ask him, look, that guy, come, what do you want to say? He was staying with his sister. His sister was staying in a nice part on the island and stuff, but this guy just a chill. But he used to tell me that, guy, I really just like the whole trading thing. I'm like, guy, everybody's talking trading because they want to make money. You are saying you really like. He said, no, the whole idea of the market forces. I'm like, guy. When I heard that he's reading and he's putting in the work in that regard, I'm like, guy, just keep pushing it. Then later on, he came and said, guy, there's nothing coming from this thing now. I can't go out with my babe and say my mind is settled to say savings or current.
This guy.
Do you get? So I'm like, my guy, I swear, I don't know what to tell you, man. He was getting stressed out, was adding a lot of weight. And I told him, guy, yes, this trading might not be paying off, but guy, you are falling out. Your body is falling out. Oh yeah, start working out. That it will set you back on track, even with your reading, with trading. It's like, how does that relate? I said, guy, just try it. He started running, exercising, and some people in the estate he was staying in were like, guy, you're consistent with this thing. Come and take us.
Wow.
He told me, like, I get how far almost. Some women met me and said they want me to train them. I told him, man, build them, man, build them. Build them. They will drive to the gym that is far from this estate. Be the guy here. Was charging them a reasonable amount. And there were about 4 of them that started with him. And he ended up with like 82 of them. 80 was training 82 people.
Are you serious?
Yes, he built the community.
Don't blow finish now.
And you know,
Bro, pass people with
As in, how many came and get?
when he now showed me his like the calculations, I must see how much comes in a month. Oh. On the average, he's good. Comparing the job he was trying to get, and they told him, "Oh, we're going to pay you this X amount." I said, "Okay, now that you are going to see this money here, yeah, keep on the work." He said, "No, that you don't even have to advise me. I'm still putting in the work for trading." You know, like last year, the trading stuff for him blew up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it blew up. It blew up, and he was like, the training stuff, I have somebody that is handling them for me, and I can focus on my trading and push it because that's where the heart is."
But do you feel like there's I don't know, you talked about pressure of staying in his pops' house, like you won't come out for that house.
Oh, that part. I forgot.
Like, do you like what does it feel like? Does it necessarily have to move out of his pops' house, to be honest?
In my honest opinion,
Yeah.
no.
Why do you say so?
Okay, so I'll say this, and I'll say this from my own end. Yeah, I moved out of my parents' house a few years ago, and just because like my parents' place is like far from where my work is, like that wasn't the excuse. It's just normal cruising. Everybody won't come out now. You think that you're free? No, like for real, you think your freedom is tied to you getting out. And what I've come to understand is